Okay, so let's now actually talk about some races now. We're only really going to focus on 3 races at Epsom. There is several over the 2 days, but we're going to focus on what we consider to be the 3 races really that could define seasons for horses. Not so much Coronation Cup, it's normally a starting point for some superb horses. Right, so obviously we're going to start at the beginning on Friday with a couple of races there. Good racing on Friday as expected, Steve, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I'd agree. Coronation Cup and obviously the Investor Oaks, two Grade 1 races, and hopefully we'll have some good selections for the listeners.
Hopefully so. I mean, the Coronation Cup really, is really just a race to admire equine brilliance in, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd agree with you. The whole race revolves around Cracksman. The last twice we've seen him, he's been mighty impressive. He looks like he's improved with racing, and it's going to take a very good horse. Personally, I don't think any horse in the race is capable of
not over that trip.
Beating him.
Over that trip. If it was over 10 furlongs, I might be confident, but not over a mile and a half, no.
No, as you say, a mile and a half will suit him down to the ground, and he's going to be a very, very hard horse to beat, not just on Friday, but as the season progresses. I think they're going to look at Royal Ascot for the Prince of Wales, and then possibly a tilt at the King George at Ascot in July. But yeah, as regards to like Friday, there's not really much in the race that I can see posing a threat to him. I don't know what you think.
I mean, regarding where he's going to go next, if you're thinking he's going to go to King George, he has to go for the Hardwick, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that's also on the agenda later on in the season. The kind of plan I have been...
But saying that maybe not, because I've just noticed he's won at Champions Day, hasn't he? So he knows the track quite well. So Ascot experience might not be as essential to him as I thought it would be, really. Normally you look at the Hardwick and the King George and the Prince of Wales, don't you, Ascot? So you think he'd go for the Prince of Wales more than the Hardwick?
Yeah, just because it's obviously more of a prestigious race. It's a Group 1 it's a Group 1 where the Hardwick also is like a Group 2, I think. The champion stakes is over a mile and a quarter as well. So I think from what I've been hearing from the owner is they're going to go back to 10 furlongs after tomorrow for the all being well for the Prince of Wales, and then have a month's break and then come back for the King George, and then they'll look at autumn campaign with probably the Arc being the main goal in the second half of the season.
A lot of my American correspondents seem to think that he could go to the Breeders' Cup, Cracksman. What's your views on that? I can't see
it. Again, obviously in the past, John Gosden's quite well known for running horses in the Breeders' Cup, i.e. horses like Ravens Pass and that. But I'm not so sure if they'll take Cracksman over there. But a couple of things that I have noted, which would make me think maybe he won't go over there, is I do know that they're not overly keen on running Cracksman on bone-hard ground. And obviously in June and July, it easily could come up on the quicker side. So that'd be maybe a slight concern. But I do know that obviously at the end of last season at Ascot, the ground had a bit of cut in it. And obviously in France, it did too. It weren't obviously no means bottomless. But I do think that they'd prefer it if there was a little bit of cut wherever Cracksman did turn up. So maybe America wouldn't be on the agenda. I'm not so sure.
Unless you look at them ridiculous surfaces they've been racing on dirt.
Yeah. I just, again, if Cracksman was to run in America, which I'm not so sure, I think it's more likely to be in the turf race than the dirt race.
They'll never slip the best son of Frankel any drugs, will they? It's just not the done thing. The Oppenheimers will never do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I can't see it doesn't need them. The pedigree is not exactly screaming out for it. You look at a horse like Roaring Lion trained by Gosden. If he took that to the Breeders' Cup, I'd be saying brilliant. That'll win because it's got a brilliant American pedigree. But the rest of them, hard to say. These are about older horses. This race, you see, Coronation Cup, and really in older horses, they like to pick their opportunities more, don't they? Really, and plan them out a lot better. You've got Hawkbill in there, like you said. I mean, yeah, I'm with you, really, to be honest, sir. I'll be disappointed if Cracksman don't win tomorrow. Idaho is a brother to Highland Reel that won the race last year. That's about all I've got for him. But to me, Idaho has never looked half the horse to me as Highland Reel has.
No, I'd agree with you. Like, they all do look like they're running for like second place, really. But like,
see the old Germans having a go.
Record in the race is fairly impressive. Obviously, some of the
wins toss. Dual German Group 1 winner. That could run a massive race. Especially if you say there's cut in the ground. I won't be ruling that one out, mate. I'm not saying it can beat Cracksman, but I don't think it'd be last.
No, you could well be right there. But yeah, like, obviously the conditions on Friday, they're going to suit Cracksman. So I did hear some people suggesting that Cracksman wouldn't handle the track and that, but I know it didn't. I know it didn't win the Derby last year, and it was a horse that's probably a bit immature still, but I wouldn't blame the track against it. I actually think Cracksman will be fine.
Look at last year's Derby.
Tomorrow.
They normally, I know they do say if you get beat in the Derby last year, get beat in the Derby, your horse is no good. But last year, I don't think you can say that. I mean, you've had the one you've just said, one that come out and won plenty of races. Ben Battle was 6th or 5th in the Derby, and that's come out and won no end of races. You know, I think last year's Derby, you say Cracksman didn't win it, but there's plenty of others in there that have ran good, solid races that Cracksman was ahead of. You know, like the two I've just mentioned for a start. You know, I don't think you can knock last year's Derby too much compared to some of them.
Yes, definitely, and obviously, I think the key to Cracksman is, as John Gosden said, and he was quite open to it earlier this season. He said Cracksman. If I remember him saying before the Derby that Cracksman really did need one more race before the Derby just to get him more streetwise. I have a feeling that they always thought he was going to be a progressive horse with age. So I've got a feeling, I just hearing, reading between the lines and listening to interviews, I do get the feeling that they think Cracksman's just a different horse now to what it was last.
I will mention a horse now I found going forward just for looking at the form. There's another one that's in there. I'm not saying it's going to do anything tomorrow. Is Saluan. I mean, I've just noticed that has got some solid form in France. So I'm well in the business. I'm well in the game with that. 3rd out of 8 behind Garlingari and Air Pilot and all them have absolutely slaughtered that. And I know at Deauville he was 2nd behind Eminent in the race we touched on earlier, Saluan. So come on, Mr. Kirk, get him out in France and give old Newman another winner. For the articles. Get him out there. Don't mess about here. He can't win tomorrow, can he? 3rd out of, I mean, his form even behind Barsanti. Is that the Roger Varian horse, Barsanti?
No, that's the horse. That was initially going to run in the race, but obviously they pulled it nearer the time. I don't know if the participation of Cracksman
it would make if I had Barsanti, and especially once I saw Defoe stuff the other day, and I knew Defoe was miles better than Barsanti.
Yeah, exactly that. As we like been suggesting, I think it's just a one-horse race really. If Cracksman's right, he'll win, and the others will just be running for place money. I think say we're probably questioning why like some of these other horses are running in the race, but obviously it's not a big field, and obviously there is prize money going down the field, so taking a few grand home would probably be a good idea.
Places, there's in fact there's money for all of the runners tomorrow as long as they get round. There's 6 runners, and the prize for 6th place is £5,670. And the entries, it was only £1,800 to enter your horse in the race.
Yeah, so that just shows if your horse is sound and you're just going for a day out, why not enter it?
You might end up finishing 10 lengths behind Cracksman and winning 90 grand.
Yes, exactly.
So
don't get me wrong. If you're entitled to take your chance and you've got a horse that's
don't get me wrong.
That's able to run in the race, I don't knock the owners for doing it. Obviously, we don't want them getting in the way of the horses that are gonna.
This is fighting talk.
They shouldn't do. Obviously,
this goes back to the Bouva there. I mean, I know it's 3 to 10, but will you be surprised if Cracksman lost the race this season?
Yeah, obviously, this is the thing. Obviously, he's going to be short in most races if he keeps winning. But yeah, as long as he's right, I think he'll win every race.
Can't argue more than that. Time will tell. if Mr. Allpress is right. I've known Mr. Allpress a few years, and he sometimes is, so you might have heard something there.